What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today. Today we have a inside close on SPY, guys. You can see we have our big box, small box playing out on SPY. Beautiful inside bar going into FOMC. So we have a nice swing trade set up, ready to rock and roll for the rest of the week. And we also destroyed Meta today with the short. I'm going to be breaking it all down for you step by step and getting you ready for the rest of the week. So if you're ready, my friends, let's step into the war zone. First and foremost, let's do some shout outs. Happy Halloween. Hope you guys are having a good time on Halloween night. Obviously, you guys are here, so you guys are having a good time because you're trying to make some money because you got to buy back that candy for those kids, you know? One story a day, Trading Wars Army, Suresh, LC, Briggs, Colidel, Trading Wars Army, Corey, CDP, Trading Wars Army, Geraldo, Dex, Trading Wars Army, Andy, Frank, Sherman, Dan, Trading Wars Army, Jay Villa, Eric Bell, Trading Wars Army. What's going on, brother? Hawaii, Ernesto, Bill, Ian, Trading Wars Army, Cal Mean, Wesley, Trading Wars Army. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Simone, Trading Wars Army, Shrini, Gus, Gozi, Dizay. All right, guys. So let's get right into it. Okay. So I have the broker open here for the paper trading. I'm going to show you how to put some orders in at the end. So just stick around and we'll go through that. So first of all, let's start off with doing a quick overview on SPY, and then we'll talk about the day trades as well. So if I go here to the daily chart on SPY, the last major analysis we did on SPY was we had the swing high up here. Take it from the swing high down to the swing low right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and just put on our basic setup. You could see we rejected the 618 and then we burst right through it. So I don't think this fib is completely dead in the water yet, okay? A lot of the times we do end up retesting fib levels multiple times. And you can see this time we also have an inside bar that's right on the level. So this is setting up a really, really crazy swing trade opportunity. So the last inside bar we took was October 17th. I'm just going to pop into the Discord. And I just want to show you guys that one, October 17th right here. So the swing plan was for the 18th. And we used that inside bar with the 368 calls. And that one was a big banger, okay? So that inside bar had a lot more size, and it was also a hammer candle, I think, which really contributed for it to be a winning trade. This one is very, very tight. But that being said, still a great opportunity because today, all day, the premiums were destroyed. So obviously the market is waiting on FOMC, but that doesn't mean we can't go ahead and make money while it's getting there. So you could see if I go to the 5-minute chart, this is the 618 from the daily. You could see we were toying with that level all day long. We never were really able to actually break through that level at all. We just kept toying with it back and forth. So we have a swing trade set up in the Discord for that opportunity on SPY. Hit me with a 10 if that makes sense. Okay. And then what I'm going to do real quick, let's just go look at the overnight session right now. So we opened right over here at 6 o'clock and we've been trending upwards. So nothing too crazy. We're still within that range, no major gaps, but just an idea to think about going into tomorrow that, okay, well, we're trending upwards overnight. Is that going to hold or is it going to be another false breakout? And remember that this over here was the 618 area. So if we get back up here, it's going to be interesting to see if we're going to reject that or not. Okay. So before we do the SPY recap, let's go ahead and talk about Meta. So Meta was the big play today. 150% on the puts. I want to walk you guys through this one. And I want to go ahead and just show you how to set it up in the broker. So what I need you guys to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and send you the link in the chat for the conditional orders. So just click on that link, guys, and it'll take you to this page right here. And, you know, just by clicking on the link, it helps support the stream. And this is basically your guide on how to set it up. And I'm going to show you while we do the analysis and while we do the trade recap together. Okay. So let's step right into Meta right now. So how were we able to catch this huge short on Meta? Well, the first thing is it always starts off with the daily chart. Okay. The daily chart is always important. So a lot of people ask me, Rich, how do we play earnings? So this is a perfect example. Okay. So if we look at Meta, you could see we had earnings back on 2 days ago. So this was the Thursday. Yeah. So this was Thursday, and this was Friday before the Monday. Okay. So we gapped down on earnings. Obviously, it was pretty bad. And there's a very simple way to play earnings, which is playing it the after the consolidation. Because a lot of times with earnings, you're going to get a lot of indecision and a lot of chop. And that's exactly what we got. So on Thursday, we had this doji. And then on Friday, we had an inside bar. So let's go ahead and do the big box, small box strategy. And let's go ahead and draw it up. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you how it looks. Okay. So we have the earnings play, which was right here. That's our bigger box. And then we have the inside bar from Thursday right there. So that completes our big box and our small box. So what are we trying to do with these two boxes? Well, we're saying that because the second box, you see how it's within the first box, the range is getting tighter. And because the range is getting tighter, this is going to lead to a breakout. So how do we actually enter the trade? Well, we wanted to short at 97.84, our stop loss 98.79, and our first target is 96.95. Okay, so I shared this last night on Twitter. Make sure you guys follow the Twitter. Lots of free picks always on the Twitter. So yesterday, Meta 97.84 for the 97 puts short. So please, please, please make sure you follow the Twitter. There's always free picks there. And then in the Discord, we have the updated trade plan. So you could see Meta, we had the full plan, short 97.84, stop 98.79, target 96.95 with the 97 puts. And you can enter this fully automated in the broker, which I'm going to show you. All right. So the stage is ready. Hit me with an 11 if you're following me so far. Okay. So again, we had the bigger range. We had that tight consolidation. And now we are looking to enter at 97.84 for the short. So I'm here on the 3-minute chart so that we can see this clearly. And I'm going to zoom in right now. All right. So let's play the first candle. So there is our first candle. Let me just move the box over so you can see it. Just going to move the box over so you guys can see it. Okay. So there is the first candle. So notice we open above the trigger, we pop all the way back up, we fill this gap, and then we actually break our trigger on the second candle right there. Okay. And that's very important. So the entry is 97.84. Okay. So the low of this candle is 97.86. It's not going to fill until 97.84 is broken. Okay. So 97.84 is broken. We're entered the trade. There's a stop loss for protection. And then from there, guys, nice clean push into the first target, right? And then from there, check this out. We just went crazy. Bam. Beautiful. So this was the play of the day. And we know we made about 150% on the puts. For a Monday, that's pretty good because this expiry was on Friday. So technically, if this thing wants to crash, we could make like over 1,000% by Friday. So let's say FOMC comes in and it's really bad, the market crashes. Whatever's left on your runner on Meta, Facebook, whatever, could literally be 1,000% banger. Okay, and that's it. So there you could see we broke out of the small box, we broke the big box, and we continued even lower. And this is what it looks like on the daily chart. All right, and that's a picture perfect scenario. That's what we're looking for when we do these inside bar breakouts or the big box small box strategy. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the broker now, and we will I'll show you how you can set this up. Okay, so first and foremost, hit me with a 2 if you've clicked the link and you're ready to go. Obviously, guys, this is a paper trading account, and I'm going to show you some things on conditional orders. So you need to make sure that you do your due diligence, make sure your fills are good, your setup is good, you have the right package, all that stuff. Okay, I'm just showing you here what I do, and obviously it's not advice. All right, whenever it comes to the broker, you guys need to call them if you have any issues. Obviously, I have some guides for you as well that you can read. So, but I always recommend paper trade first to make sure that there's no issues. Okay, so here we go, Meta. So what you want to do here, so the easiest way that I like to do this right here is go to the watch list, and then you just type in Meta, hit enter, go to your options. So we wanted to deal with the 97 puts. So the 97 puts are right here. So you just click on that. You can exit, you right click, and then hit order ticket. All right. So now this is how you do it with the options. Okay. And now the order ticket's going to come in and you can see, all right. So the bid, the ask, and the last is right here. So what I like to do is, generally, if I'm doing this, I would do 2 or 3. But if you have a small account, I would stick with 1. And you just go to conditional, you click add price, next meta stock. So what we're trying to set here is when meta is less than, okay? So this less than should be the trigger, all right? So what was the trigger, guys? Was it 97.84? I think it was, right? Let me just check. So I'm going back to my Twitter to see what the trigger price was. 1 second. Yeah, so 97.84 right over there, okay? So you go right here and you say when meta is less than 97.84, finish. That's your condition. So when meta is less than 97.84, then it's going to go ahead and trigger your setup. So what you can do if you want to make sure, so for example, let's go back to the chart. So how do you make sure that what if meta opens all the way down at, like, let's say 96? Well, if it opens at 96, you don't really want to chase it because you might be in a situation where the premium is going to be too expensive. So we can set a range. So we can say if meta is less than 97.84, so that means if it's below the white line, and then we could set a range. We could say next meta option, sorry, not option, stock is greater than or equal to, and we can say, let's say, let me look at the chart here. So 97.56. Okay. So now I'm setting a range. So only when meta is in that range, so if it's between that area, then it's going to actually activate the option. And that's a question I get asked all the time. You could put a limit price if you want to, but to ensure that I always get filled, I put it on the market, and then you just hit transmit right there. And then you should be able to see it in your order type. So that's how you do it, setting a range. All right, guys. So hit me with a 9 if that was helpful. That took me a really long time to learn that by myself. I spent hours and hours on the phone with interactive bookers to try to figure that out. So I would really appreciate if you guys would hit me with a like there and a subscribe, just to support the channel. All right. So that was nice. You could also do it with shares. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you shares tomorrow. So I'm going to try to keep showing you guys step by step on different days. If you're tuning in, guys, and you're not here live, still click on the link, support the channel, and read up on it, and you'll have that guide. Okay. So the only issue with options, so if you were to do shares, you can attach a stop loss and a target. So with options, generally the only downside is you have to put in the stop loss after the fact, but you can still put the stop loss in based on the conditional order. So you could set it up where you say, all right, buy me the puts, and then if meta gets above 98.79, then sell the position. Okay, so that's how you can do everything just based on the chart. And that's what I like to do, because the chart is the real technical analysis that I like to look at. Or what you can do is you can just do full risk. You can say I put $500 and that's either going to 0 or that's going to 100. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead now and let's just talk about SPY, and we will wrap up the day. So we'll talk about the day trades today. All right. So here we go. Here's our high, and here's our low. All right, so here was SPY for today. Let me go ahead and get the long trigger. 386.96. Put that in yellow. Oop, that's not the right one. It should be this one. Let me just make sure I have the right date. October 31st is here. 388.54. 388.54. Okay, so here we go. Put that in yellow. Boom. All right, so the first 5-minute bar today came inside. And as soon as this bar came in, if you notice, guys, the range of Friday was extremely big. Here's the big box from Friday, okay? And because that Friday range was really big, I had a good feeling today we would probably be inside, meaning we would probably stay inside of the range. And whenever we're inside of the range, I do not like to overtrade, and I like to be very careful because a lot of the times we can just be choppy. So I'll go to the live commentary today and walk you guys through. So good morning, friends. Inside open. Let's be careful. No orb. So anytime we have an inside open like this, I will not do the opening range breakout. And you can see why the opening range breakout was a failure today. Okay. So I don't do the orb. I like to play around the triggers, and you'll see by the end of the day, the triggers were not filled. So we never got filled on the long or the short side. So that's what I mean by being cautious and careful. Okay. We did have a lot of fib plays actually today. Personally, after we made that much money on Meta, I did not really push it, but there were some great trades. So I'm about to take you guys on a Fibonacci journey, a magical journey. Hit me with a 10 if you're ready. Put the seatbelts on because I'm going to show you guys some crazy stuff. And to be honest, today, there was a lot of opportunity with the fibs. But like I said, personally for me, I didn't want to push it. I didn't want to push my luck after making that much money and, you know, inside day as well. But that being said, let's go ahead and go through everything. Okay. So first candle comes in. You could see the first two candles is obviously a bullish direction. All right. So we went ahead and we took this as the morning leg. So we're going to go ahead here, Fibonacci from low to high. Next candle comes in, fills us right on the 618 and pops right back up. So if I add the full settings here, so what we like to do, guys, is when we touch a 618 and we get filled, if you're scalping, when we get back up to the 382, that's where you should start taking some profit. If you're scalping, if you have a lot of size. The reason is the 382 is the opposite of the 618. Okay. So the 382 is a 618 flipped on the other side, and there can always be algos there. Okay. And if you're a very, very conservative trader, once we come back above this 382, you can get the stop loss to break even right away. Okay. So there's many ways to manage it. Or if you're a brand new trader and you don't know what you want to do, I recommend just keeping your stop loss at the low for now and just taking losers if you have to, because that's also a part of the game. Hit me with a 6 if that makes sense. Okay. So I just want to show you, you know, especially if you have a lot of size, sometimes you have to scale out. You can't just hold everything because you need to manage the trade properly. You have a lot of contracts, you can lock in some profits, you can move the stop loss up. If you have one contract, obviously you can't do that. Okay. So I'll go here to the Fibonacci live stock setup. So this is exactly what we did this morning. You can see the 618 was filled long, great reaction to the 382. Unfortunately, that's all we got off of that play, and then we came down. Okay. So from here, we move on to our next leg. So now we have this low was broken. Okay. So then we take our fib the other way now from low to high. Okay. And let me just go ahead and take off this 95 here. So we came back up. So I'm just going to extend our anchor there. We came back up right there. Let me pull it back down. There we go. And we came back to our 618 right there. So this was our afternoon leg. We came back to the 618 and we did the same thing right back down to the 382. Okay. So today, because it was an inside day, the fibs were all like scalping. Okay. There wasn't like any just huge moves. They were just in and out moves. So you could see we came on the 618, back down to the 382. This one went to the 214. Now from here, we had the opposing leg. Okay, so if we take the low to high again, this side, we came on the 618 this way, even down a little bit to the 786, almost stopped out there. And then this one was the big home run push up into a new high. And then right when we got the new high, guys, you could see, again, the rookies are going to get trapped as they always do. They want to buy the breakout, and this is where the selling starts to come in right here. Okay, so don't, the moral of the story is don't be the one buying the breakouts. Play off of the fibs. That's going to give you the best advantage. Okay, now from this high, we pop up right again, take our Fibonacci from our high to low. Okay, we came right in here again into the golden zone. There's our 618 rejection, right back down. So all these little micro legs were playing out today. Opposing, sequence. So everything in the book, right over here, all these little legs were playing out. So opposing leg and sequencing. So that's what that in those two chapters, you can learn a lot about those. Okay. And then from there, go ahead and get rid of this. We could take the full low to high like this. Came back down to the 786, pop right back up as well. All right. So a lot of opportunity, guys. And then the last one on the way down, if I go from high to low like this, we came back into the 618 again and flushed. So literally, if you look at this, you might just say, hey, this is just chop. And for a lot of people, it is chop, guys. But there was a lot of opportunities, a lot. So let's look at some of the high probability setups. So if I take this Fibonacci from the low to the high right here, you could see we came on the 786. And what pattern is this? What pattern is that, guys? What pattern is that? So that's our Nirvana, right? So our Nirvana pattern is a key reversal pattern, and it's on the 786. Okay. So it's a combination here. We have a Nirvana, we break the high, push up. And then if we do the other thing, we had another Nirvana here. So notice these two Nirvanas are not in good places, right? This one and this one, they're not in good places. They're not with fibs. This one's with the bull fib. And then this one over here, if we go high to low, this one is on the 618 on the bear fib. Okay. So these two in particular were great setups because we had the confirmation. But personally for me, I was pretty much done by this point, but I wanted to still show you guys the opportunities. So if you focus on the fibs, guys, if you take your time and you trade the fibs, there's always good opportunities because you're getting a deal, right? You're shorting at the highs, you're buying at the lows. Very simple. So even if you take 3 of them and 1 of them hit, you're going to make enough money on that one trade to likely cover your 2 losses and even make more money, or at the very least, you can break even. So that's what I love about the fibs. All right. Hit me with the 11 if your mind was blown there. So literally, guys, everything here was a fib. Every single thing. It was actually crazy. But you also need to know personally on your own, like when it's too much. So if you hit meta here and you make 150% on puts, it's not necessarily worth it to just continue trading 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Because it's going to take a toll on your mental capital, especially just being on a Monday. You don't want to get burnt out. We have 4 days left in the week. All right, one more thing I want to say. So the QQQ trade is still alive. So anybody in the Trading Wars army. So if you come to the channel and just click join right there, $3.99 for the first month. YouTube is sponsoring that. We have a setup on the Qs with the 50% fib, and we have not triggered it yet. So still waiting on that. And I'm going to show you guys how to enter that in the broker if you guys are interested later this week. Let's do some scans right now, and then we'll wrap it up. So first of all, there is a lot of picks. Nike is one of the ones that I've been watching with this beautiful blue raindrop candle. You can see it right here. We've been going sideways for a while, so I'm expecting Nike to have a breakout at some point. If we go ahead and look for some Nirvanas, there are quite a few of them, I believe. Or there's Holy Grails. Let's see. Holy Grail. Yeah, so a lot of Holy Grails right here. Nvidia, guys, really, really hot pick. Look how beautiful that is. The last time we had that right around here, this became a Ragnarok. And over here, we've had some holy grails that were really powerful to the downside. So kind of similar setup here, looking for Nvidia tomorrow. That's going to be one of the picks I post on Twitter. Nvidia, Nike, there's a few more that I have already scanned and I'm going to post in a second. Okay, guys, as always, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed me opening up the broker. Please leave a comment if you did. Hit the like button. And like I said yesterday, we were doing the flash sale. So the sale is extended to midnight. So if you get any one of the 3 books, you get 60 days instead of 1 month for free. So instead of 30 days in the room, you'll get 60 days for free, plus the indicators, the Nirvana, the one I just showed you, and the golden indicator, the premium ones with alerts. 60 days. Come trade with us live tomorrow if you're interested, my friends. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So ready to rock and roll again tomorrow. Be on the lookout for a big increase in volatility. The FOMC is gonna make or break a lot of people's accounts. So just be prepared, and hopefully you're on the right side of it. Thanks for your time, and I will see you again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care.